Hey guys, I know it's been a hot minute, but I told you that I'm probably gonna end up coming on here and doing a little bit of a baking live. Excuse my hair, it's wild today. So I was going to make the coconut cream cake cheesecake, or the coconut cream pie cheesecake, but I realized that I don't have graham crackers and I don't have enough time to make them tonight, so I'll just pick up some tomorrow. But the other thing that we had, hi Yambi, hello. Okay, perfect. Perfect. I hope you're doing well. So we are going to make the baked flan that was requested by Michelle. I also need to make some marshmallows for some Rice Krispies. So we're going to make some homemade marshmallows as well. So I'll show you guys how to do that. And yeah, let's get started. So the baked flan, this is a very easy recipe. And honestly, this is a recipe that is constantly requested, mostly by the Latino friends that I have. So, you know it's good. All right. So you're going to make everything in a blender. And the first thing that we're going to start with is our caramel. So I'm just going to put this here. Okay. So we are going to start with the caramel. We are just going to melt the sugar right in here. You're not going to add anything to it. You just got to watch it like a hawk, okay? So that's what we're doing. So you're going to need 2/3 of a cup. Hi, Williama. Hello. Welcome in. So I have my pan right here. Just going to turn this on. You're going to need 2/3 of a cup granulated sugar. Just put that right into your pan. Okay. We're going to start off on high, and then we're slowly going to turn it down and just allow it to melt until it turns into an amber color. While that's happening, I have the oven preheating to 350 degrees. Okay. So today we're going to be doing the baked flan that was requested by Michelle. And we're also going to make some homemade marshmallows. They're made out of beef gelatin because I don't eat pork. So it's this halal gelatin. You can also get the regular beef gelatin, and you can also get the vegan gelatin that's made out of seaweed. Okay, and once we make those marshmallows, they'll have to set, obviously, and then I'll make some Rice Krispies out of them. You can also cut them up and use them as a snack. So this is what we're going to do. Like I said, this baked flan is going to all be made right here in this food processor. Hi, Tess. Hi, how are you? Good evening. So I'm just going to be right here watching this like a hawk. And I will do the coconut cream pie cheesecake tomorrow because I need to get some graham crackers. I didn't realize I don't have any, and I don't have enough time to make them right now. So fish gelatin is also an option. Yes, absolutely. Because I can get the halal marshmallows, but I have to go all the way to Denver. So we're just going to let this melt. I hope everybody is doing well. I know it's been a minute. You guys, so today we went to the soccer game and Messi was there. Don't even get me started, okay? Don't get me started. Aw, Des. I don't know if you saw, I made the banana cream pie cheesecake. Oh, it's going. This will burn very quickly, so you got to watch it like a hawk. Now that I know it started smoking, I'm going to turn this down to medium, okay? And you'll see what will happen here. So this is going to melt. Don't add anything to it. You can mix it. If you add water to this, you can't mix it, okay? But if you don't, you can. So right now, we're not really mixing it. We're just making sure that all of the sugar granules are hitting the heat and melting together. And you want to melt this until it turns an amber color. You don't want it to be a dark amber, like not super dark, or else you will have a very bitter caramel, okay? And you also need to make sure that every little piece of the sugar that you have in there gets melted properly. If not, you will have chunks of the sugar in your flan, and it will be gross and grainy. You also, this isn't melted. It has, hi Michelle, hello. We're making the flan. And you guys, so when the stages of it melting, hello Mish, hi, welcome in. So the stages of it melting, you will see right now it's a gold color and it has some sugar pieces in it. It's also kind of cloudy. This isn't ready. If you put it in just like it is right now, you're going to have chunks of sugar that are going to be, hello Sammy, welcome. Cyanide, hi, thank you so much. Thank you. It's so good to have you guys. So if you use it just like it is right now, it still has sugar granules in it, and it's going to get stuck to the bottom of your flan, and you're going to have crunchy pieces. You don't want that. So it's going, and I'll show you exactly what you want it to look like. This has to be completely clear, and it has to be a gold amber color. If it gets too dark, you're going to have a very bitter caramel. This is one of those situations, okay? If you mess this up, you can fix it, right? Throw it out, throw some hot water in it, get you another pan and start again. It is not worth risking ruining your flan to save some of this sugar, okay? And that was 2/3 of a cup. I'll show you guys, I wanted to do this right here with you so that it's not sped up or anything, so that y'all can see exactly what it's supposed to look like. It's getting there. And I do like to do this part first, because once I pour it into my pan, I'm gonna let it sit here and cool down and get hardened while I get the flan ready. That way I'm not pouring the flan over hot caramel, okay? There we go. I'll show y'all. Okay. This is clear. Y'all see that? It has to be clear and amber. And don't leave it in this pan, because it's going to turn into a rock. That's one. And two, it'll continue cooking and it'll burn. Okay? So this is going to be violently hot. Okay, so this is what I'm going to bake this in. Okay, let me just put this down for just a second to make sure it's fully melted. This is going to be very hot. I've got this is going to cook in a water bath, so I already have this here. Okay, we've got our caramel. You're going to pour this right in here. Please don't burn your face. Okay, just like that. This, go ahead and put it underwater and just let it sit, or else you'll never get it off. All right, and then before this solidifies, just coat your bottom, just like this, okay? Coat it completely, all right? We're gonna let this sit here while we make the flan. Now the flan is very easy. I don't know if y'all can see from there. Let me get you a little closer. Okay, and let me show you something. So remember, this is what we were stirring with, right? Do you see the sugar granules on here? Okay, so even if it looks like it's melting, it has to be completely melted, and it has to be see-through, and it has to be amber, or else once you take this out of the oven's not going to do anything to that sugar. It's just not hot enough, and you're going to have sugar granules. It will crystallize again, just like this, even if it looks melted. You don't want that. Oh, I love flan too. And you guys, like I said, this is one of the most requested recipes that I get. This is something that's constantly requested for potlucks and events. Okay, so this is the recipe. Okay. All right. So the first thing that you're going to do, get you some sweetened condensed milk. Okay. If you want to get a little bit crazy with it, they do have a coconut sweetened condensed milk. You can use that too. So you're going to need 1 can. Let me tell you the measurement on that. 1 can of, so 14 ounces, 396 grams of sweetened condensed milk.
Hey, Mom.
Yeah?
On your live, can you say that we went to a messy game?
Yeah, I did.
Oh.
Okay. Oops. Excuse the clutter, y'all. I just brought everything out here. Okay, so this is going to go straight into the food processor, or whatever this is, the blender. And you do want a blender to do this. You can use just a regular, hand mixer if you want to, but this is easier. Okay, so you got that. Put this here. Okay, and then you're going to need 5 eggs. Aw, Sammy, thank you. That's very sweet. Thank you. Get this here. Here, so I can pour them all. Okay, so we're gonna need 5 eggs. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay. Now, we're going to start blending this. Just very low. Hold on 1 second. Hold on 1 second. Sorry about that. Sorry. Hello, Effie-Bug. Hi. Thank you. That's very kind. It's been a long day, y'all. So this is mixing. Okay. Next, we are going to add 1 cup of whole milk. I didn't bring out the milk. Why did I think I poured the milk out into a pitcher already? 1 cup. We're going to give this a mix. And then vanilla. You need about a tablespoon of vanilla. Please don't skip the vanilla. I'm going to give it 1 quick mix. Okay, and now the last thing that you want to add is your heavy whipping cream. You need 2 cups. And that is last because you don't want to over whip it. Okay, so if you were to add the heavy whipping cream earlier, you would be constantly whipping and re-whipping it, and you might end up over mixing it, and then you'll have a flan that has clumps in it. You don't want that. Okay, so heavy whipping cream, you need 2 cups. And for this one, when we need 2 cups, you guys, we're not using the heavy whipping cream to change the fluffiness factor of this, okay? So yes, why oh my, yes. But this is just to give it a creaminess, okay? So think of it as kind of like if you were to make creme brulee. that kind of creaminess, which means that we are not using the whipped cream to give it a fluff. No cyanide. We will not. Okay, so this part, we're just gonna give this just a little spin. You can even just, pulse. Just incorporate it. Okay. Okay, that's it. The next step, it's next step. You need like a minute at the most. All right. And you guys, that is everything. All right. Now you get this. I'm just gonna put it here so y'all can see what I'm doing. Okay, and you'll see that it has like the bubbles right on top. Let me just grab this. So if it has the bubbles right on top, try not to get the bubbles on there. You're saying all the nuts. I'm so sorry. All right, so now we are going to pour this right over that caramel. Try to hold back some of that foam. Okay, I'll show y'all. So this right here is just the foam that's left over, okay? The thing is with the foam, you don't have to do this, but if you don't, then like the top of it will look kind of bubbly and crackly, but it won't taste any different. And you're going to flip this upside down anyway to serve it. So that part is not going to be visible, but it's up to you. Ooh, yum, Sammy. I was actually thinking of making some, but I got back a little bit later than I expected, so. All right, now we are just going to add some water to this water bath, because you do want to cook this in a water bath, okay? So we're just going to add enough water for this to sit in, okay? And I do like to do this while it's inside the oven so that I'm not like carrying this around. Okay, so I'm going to put this in the oven, 350 degrees, and then I'm going to fill this up with water for it to bake. Just grab some water. Okay, so here's our water. All right, and then this is going to bake 45 to 50 minutes, okay? So that's going to be in there. So while that's happening, we are going to move on to our next order of business. Okay, let me just move this out of the way. And we don't need this. We don't need this. Thank you. All right, let me put this away. So tomorrow I do have to make some of those like large pretzels that you dip in cheese. I have to make some of that. I have to make like little mini pizzas. There was something else I was gonna make besides the cream pie. The coconut cream pie. Hold on one second. So now we are going to make the homemade marshmallows. Divine, hello. The rest nails? What are rest nails? All right. So this is what we're going to get started here. So for this one, you do need a candy thermometer. If you don't have one, if you want to make your own marshmallows, I can try to configure like about how long you'd have to boil the sugar for. Oh, the red nails. I love red nails too. Thank you, Divine. I appreciate you. Okay, so I have everything written down. I kept feeling like I was forgetting something. Hold on one second. And then instead of corn syrup, we're going to be using honey. I love red. This was like, well, it had a specific name that I remember. I was like, oh, that kind of suits what I like. But yeah, it was like something kind of retro sounding. I can't remember now. All right. No, we don't need the eggs. All right. So first things first, we're going to start with 2 cups of sugar. This is going to make a decent amount of marshmallows. So one of the other reasons why you'd want to make your own marshmallows, besides like, you know, if you don't eat like pork gelatin or whatever, it is a way that you can also make like, you know, like, what are they called? Moon pies? Yeah, moon pies. So you can make different kinds of cookies using marshmallows. So, you know, make it yourself if you want to. If not, then, you know, they do have it at the store. Okay, but I usually have to make it. And there's also a way to make marshmallow fluff, which is a little bit different to this. But yeah. And then we're going to do a 1/4 cup of honey. Do you want to brush this? Do I want to? So usually if I was putting honey into anything, I would have sprayed it, but I don't really want to do that because I don't want to change the caramelization of the sugar. Like I don't want to compromise anything by it even having like a trace of oil. So marshmallow. I only like melted marshmallow though because of the texture. I pop my moon pie. Oh, that's cool. I love that. Yeah, that's amazing. A lot of the moon pies though are also, you know, pork gelatin. So I can't get those, so I have to make those. Okay, so we're gonna use honey instead of corn syrup, but it's up to you what you use. I'm waiting for it to find a balance here. Come on. Excuse me, y'all. Usually this, the honey bottle is pretty easy to squeeze. This one hasn't been, I don't know why. Sorry. All right, so this is a 1/4 cup. You're gonna want to mix your 2 cups of sugar and your 1/4 cup of either honey or corn syrup. You can also use agave in here. And a 1/2 cup of water. I thought it glitched. 1/2 cup of water. Okay, this all goes in here. I'm gonna turn this on. So this is when you can stir it. I bet it is cyanide. That sounds really nice. So right now, I'm just giving this a mix. Gosh, y'all can't even see what I'm doing. Just giving this a mix to make sure everything is incorporated. Because once this starts going, you don't want to mix it. If you do, it will crystallize and it will be a mess. So we are going to leave this here. Once this comes to a boil, okay, we are going to cover it. Put a lid on it and cover it for 2 minutes. That's it, okay, because you want that condensation to wash down the sugar granules that you have around the edges. The reason why you want to do that is when you're pouring this, you don't want to pour any of those sugar granules that are stuck on the sides. You don't want to pour those into your mixture when you're whipping it, or else you'll have crunchy pieces of sugar in there, okay? So that's what that condensation is for. Sometimes you'll see them say, like take a wet pastry brush and just brush it down on the sides. You don't need to do all that, just cover it, okay? Now, while that's happening, we are going to need 7 teaspoons of gelatin, okay? I'll leave the lid right here, ready to go. And this is on high. You guys, this is going to whip right in here. Okay, so you're going to put 7 teaspoons of gelatin. Again, this is the halal gelatin that I got. This one is halal and that one is just specifically beef. Let's see if I still have a box to show you guys. I thought I heard it bubbling. Okay. So you're going to take your 7 teaspoons of gelatin and put them right into your stand mixer. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Okay, and then to that, we're going to bloom the gelatin. You're going to want to add a 1/2 cup. Do you prefer specific vanilla? I'll show you. I like this one for the vanilla extracts. This is a good one. And then I also have the powdered vanilla that I use for cakes if I don't want them to be dyed a certain color, or, you know, let me show you. But this one is a little bit harder to find. I did post different ones that you can find. Oh, sorry, that's not vanilla. I'll grab it here in just 1 second. Okay, so it's bubbling. Y'all can see that? Okay, so it's bubbling. I'm going to cover this. I'm going to turn it down to 5, okay, medium. And I'm going to cover it. And I'm going to let the condensation do what condensation does. Let me grab the vanilla. Oh, sorry, I didn't put the timer on. 1 second. Timer on. You guys. Oh, there it is. I made funnel cake the other day, so I moved it and didn't realize. So this is the powdered vanilla that I use. This is an Algerian brand. Delicious. Very, very good. If you have it in your area, get you some. If not, I did post some similar ones in the community post. It's like a couple of posts down. So that's what I use. So if y'all has like a little hole just like this, like mine does, I want all of the condensation. So I'm just going to close that little hole. Okay. All right, so to this, we're gonna add a half a cup cold water to the gelatin. Because we want to bloom the gelatin, okay? You're gonna need to bloom any gelatin that you have, even if you use like the gel sheets, okay? Okay, and just give it a little stir to make sure that all of the gelatin is covered in your water. And make sure that it's like not stuck to the bottom or anything like that. And I'll show you. So when you bloom the gelatin, this is what it looks like. Okay, now as we leave it in here, while we wait for the sugar to cook, this one will get kind of hard. It will solidify. Okay, we've got 10 seconds left on this. I hope you can find one. You know what, Sammy? I'd be really surprised if y'all don't have a spot, because I saw that there are a lot of recipes. Like I didn't want to pour that water into this. There are a lot of French pastry shops there. So, yeah. All right, so we're going to add this in. You're going to want to boil this until it gets to 245 degrees. So, it's not too far off. Let's see here. Yeah, we're going to let it go for just a second. 245, 247. Okay? So it's just kind of going back and forth right now. Let me turn this up. I don't want it to cool down too much. So once that happens, this is going to be super hot sugar syrup, obviously. Just move everything out of the way. And I'm going to pour this in with you guys right as I'm doing it so y'all can see it done in person. Okay, and this is another thing. If you leave it longer than you're supposed to and it gets thicker than it's supposed to get, when you go to mix it, it's going to start solidifying, okay? But basically right now we're just getting it into that soft ball stage. So if you were to take a little drop of this and add it into cold water and then take that piece out, it'll be soft. It'll be like a little soft ball. Yeah, Sammy, I hope you guys do have it. All right. So we hit 245. Between 243 and 245 is what you want. Okay? So this is the sugar syrup. All right? So before I add that in, I'm going to add vanilla to this. Of course, you can make it whatever flavor you want. Oh, okay. Like, why is it doing that? Because I poured some water on it. I'm going to turn that off. I'm going to add about 2 teaspoons of vanilla. Look at, yeah, no, that should be good. Okay, you're going to want to attach your whisk attachment. You guys, for the love of everything, please be careful when you do this. Okay, this is the same process that you would do for something like a Swiss buttercream, Italian buttercream. Okay, so what we're going to do, pull this up, start slow, just while you pour it in. Don't hit the whisk, okay? Because you will end up getting it on you. Okay, now I'm going to start going faster and slowly drizzle this in. So I'm gonna let that blend. If you guys want me to mute it, just let me know. I'm going to let this go, and I'm going to I'm gonna prep the pan to add this to. You know what? I can actually do two different things here. And I'll show you guys what it looks like here in just a second. So you're going to either spray your pan or use some butter. And put some napkin. You're going to want equal amounts of powdered sugar to cornstarch. Okay, it's ready to go. I'll show you guys. Okay, so this is what it's going to look like. Okay. So once you get it out, looks like this. It's got the stiff peaks and everything. This is ready to pour into a container. Just get this. It would be better to spray your spatula. I don't know if anybody is typing anything because it's not showing me anything, because last time it did this, I guess chats weren't showing up. So know that I am not ignoring you. The last message that I see is we have a lot of international stuff. I'd be surprised if we don't. Okay, so there's that. I am pouring it right in here. So these are going to be extra thick, and I'm okay with that because I'm going to be using these for my Rice Krispies. You can pipe these into whatever you want. Yes, I see it. Okay, so as long as nobody was typing anything, it's okay. It's late. I'm totally fine with you guys just chilling if that's what you want to do. I just want to make sure that I wasn't missing anything like last time. Okay, so this is our marshmallow. Okay, what you're gonna want to do here is eat this. Okay, you can do that. I would have, but I would have made a mess of myself, and it's just not cute. Okay, this is the leftover. Oh, okay. Well, all good. So right here, we have the mixture of the cornstarch and the powdered sugar that we put on the bottom of that. Okay, this is the leftover. I'm going to also put this on top. Hold on. Let me adjust myself. And Sammy, how's the baby? What is going on? What is he doing these days? I'll show you how we flatten this. I'm going to use this same piece of paper. This is just some parchment. I'm going to put this right over. Let's see, hold on. Yes, honey?
I feel much better.
Well, that's good, sweetie. I'm glad you feel better. Okay, you're just going to use your parchment paper to flatten this. Okay? There we go. Let's see where we're at. So you guys, that's how you make marshmallows. It's very easy. He's good. He's getting big. Aw, that's good. Is he hitting all the milestones? Like, what are they saying? Are they saying like he's good on track? Because what was that, like, I want to say 3 months premature? Okay, so this one. So we are going to end up just letting this sit, right, to hold its shape. And then we'll cut it. Because right now it's still hot, y'all. You saw that it just came right out of. Okay, so this is the marshmallow. Okay, so when this is ready, it's going to be completely solid. You can use things like cookie cutters to cut pieces or just slice it. And I will do that for y'all. It's just, obviously needs to be ready. So, we check on the flan. Okay, the flan is doing well. So before I unmold the flan, obviously it needs to cool in the fridge. Because I do have a couple of these recipes that need to be like cooled overnight and then, unmolded in the morning. Obviously, like, or, for several hours. Obviously, you guys can't sit around and like wait for that like overnight. So those ones are a little bit different. So I think it would be a good idea for us to maybe make a couple of those kinds of recipes kind of like during the late night lives. And, just we can start them and then in the morning I can like unmold them for y'all so you could see. But yeah, so that's what I have. Once that's done, I'm going to take it out, put it in the fridge, unmold it. And then once these ones are set, I'm going to cut them up and show y'all what they look like. I'm going to also show you guys me using them to make the Rice Krispies. But yeah, so flan, pretty easy. Rice Krispie or marshmallows, homemade marshmallows, pretty easy. And that's what I have today. Tomorrow I will get that coconut pie going. So he's 7 weeks early. Okay, 7 weeks. So yeah, so not 3 months. Thank God for that. 7 weeks, a month, and 3 weeks. 7 weeks early. He's 15 weeks old. Oh, little baby. I love him. Holding his head up. He's hitting off. Oh, okay. Are they going to do like a little what is it called? It's like a catheter that they put in like the ear and the eye, in the tear duct, right? That's good. That's so good. 15 weeks, my goodness, he's still just a little guy. Just a little tiny baby. What a little sweetie. Yeah, I bet that hurts too, doesn't it? It's probably uncomfortable. Um, but I'm glad he's doing well. Oh, okay. I thought like they determined that they're always clogged. So did they tell you maybe just like some like warm washcloths like on his face and stuff? Oh, okay. You know, I feel like I think my nephew had that. And it was something like they wanted them to just put like the warm washcloth. Hey, Chris. Hey. We just made some flan and some marshmallows, some little homemade marshmallows right here. But yeah, Sammy, I'm hoping that I think that that's what they told them to put like the warm washcloth on his eye, like on his face, and I think it helped. Oh, he doesn't at 15 months? Yeah, because maybe not. Because his eye, I remember his eye was red and it would get swollen. And they did the warm eye thing. Yeah, Chris, I did these marshmallows and Michelle had requested the flan recipe. And then I'm going to make Rice Krispies out of these marshmallows. But once I take the what is it, the flan out, I'm gonna put it in the fridge, unmold it, and show y'all in the morning what it looks like, since y'all are not gonna wait like for me to unmold it. And plus these have to set too, so that's all I have for today, y'all. And tomorrow I will, like I said, get the coconut cream. Excuse my shirt, y'all, like this is just powdered sugar and cornstarch. Tomorrow I will get the coconut cream pie cheesecake going, but I will do a variety type of cheesecake so that it's not all just one cheesecake. I do too, Chris. These are kind of a vibe for me. So that's what I was telling Sammy, is that I'm hoping that with these kinds of not late lives or whatever, it's the ones where we can make something together, and I'll have to like refrigerate it and then unmold it or like show y'all in the morning. So I think that would be cool. But all right, you guys. What was I saying before that? I can't remember. Yeah, coconut cream pie tomorrow, and there was something else I was gonna make. I can't remember now. It's not coming to me. Anyways, I love you guys. Have a beautiful evening, Chris. I wish you well. I hope everything goes real well with the hubs, and he gets to go home soon. And I hope you're taking care of yourself. And yeah, so I love you guys. You take care. Love y'all.